Alright, so we're fully charged here. Let's go ahead and get this off the battery. I went ahead and set this at 101 amp hours instead of 100 amp hours. Let's see if we can get over the 100 amp hours. Now here is a new battery. Let's check this sucker out and see what we got here. All right. Piece of glue or something. There's our manual here for the various different, all of their batteries in one manual, I suppose, here. But what we're looking at today, there's our screws. Nice form-fitting packaging here. Goes down nice and far. A nice compact Wattcycle 12 volt 100 amp hour battery. I believe this is a group 24 size. We will look in the specifications and then I'll confirm that. But I believe it is a group 24 size. They may call this a mini, I'm not sure. I'm going to quickly pause this video for a moment and ask you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So go ahead and click that subscribe button and the like button as well while you're at it. Then ring that notification bell to get notifications. I'd really appreciate it. Now let's get back to it. All right, so it comes with a nylon strap, the screws, some protective covers for shipping to make sure there's nothing shorted out here. The packaging is just 12 volt, 100 amp hour, LifePO4. The certifications and basic safety information. And then we got the service email address, the official website, and the official company name here. This is the SKU number, model number, and it's all that stuff. 12 volt, 100 amp hour, voltage 12.8 volt, 100 amp hour, 1280 watt hour. The typical lithium iron phosphate. Let's go ahead and get our safety caps off here. Let's get our screws on. Oh, there's two sets of M8 bolts. That's nice, they give you an extra set. And these are the type that are fixed on there, that don't come off easy. So that makes it extra nice so you don't lose the washer and stuff like that. Get these on here. All right, let's go ahead and get a voltage test here of the voltage as it was delivered. .17 volts. All right, let's go ahead and get this charged up and test it out. All right, before we run this capacity test here, let's go ahead and look through this manual real quickly. It does, it's just one universal manual for all their different batteries, but it still makes it really easy to read. Basic precautions, table of contents, basic features, a discharge curve here, which is always kind of interesting to look at, a wiring diagram for a basic solar power system, and then what we're interested mostly is here. So we're in this column here, and we're the first one. So this is a group 24 sized battery, and they do make a mini and a mini smart. Maybe I'll get my hands on one of those in the near future, and we can check those out too. But we're talking about the 12 volt 100 amp hour standard battery, which is a group 24. So the standard charge is at 20 amps, maximum is 100 amps, recommended is about 50 amps. Max continuous discharge is 100 amps, and your basic parameters of a lithium iron phosphate 14.6 volt charging. Let's see what else we got here. It's got all the protections pretty much. Overcharge, over discharge, over current, short circuit protection, and the overheating High temperature protection, so that kicks in at 149 degrees for charging, 158 degrees for discharging. And it does have low temperature protection that's going to kick off at 32 degrees Fahrenheit, kick back on again at 41. And it has discharge protection as well, and it can go all the way down to -4 degrees. So it does work in the really cold temperatures, which is nice. And let's see what else we got here. The weight is 23.15. I did a weight on that. That's pretty accurate. And then the dimensions, 10.24 inches by 6.61 inches by 8.23 inches. And it takes M8 bolts. Standard charging, shipping capacity 50%, which was about right. And the life cycle on this is 6,000 cycles with an 80% depth of discharge. That's pretty good. I mean, that's like 16 years or so lifespan here. That means these have got to be grade A cells. And it will self-discharge at 3% a month. So you don't want to just get these and then let them sit forever. You want to keep them charged up, and keeping them charged up at least above 50%. Probably not all the way on a regular basis. And they can be running 4 parallel and 4 series, which could give you a total capacity of 16 batteries if you wired them in series and parallel. And that would give you 48 volts, of course, if you did that. This one does not have Bluetooth, but they do have their mini smart one. It does support Bluetooth, but that's not what we're talking about today. IP67 waterproof rating, and some classifications, recommended storage, and that sort of thing. From completely dead at 50 amps would take about 2 hours to charge. At 20 amps, take about 5 hours. And some basic information, recommend cable sizes, and how to wire in a series and parallel. And if you wanted to do the max configuration, it's got a diagram there for that. And some more information that was already on that other page, really. And you can use it for all kinds of different things. And thank you. All right, let's go ahead and get this capacity test started, and we'll get back to it. All right, so we're fully charged here. Let's go ahead and get this off the battery. Get that out of the way and get our capacity test started here. Now what I've done is, because this cannot show more than 100% of what you set it at, I went ahead and set this at 101 amp hours instead of 100 amp hours to see if we can get over the 100 amp hours. So let's go ahead and get this test started. So what we're going to do, as usual, is transfer the power from this battery to my big Mango Power E power station over here on the charger to conserve the power rather than just waste it. Go ahead and get the inverter turned on here. And there we go. We'll pull up the app here, put it on a time lapse, and then we'll get back to you at the end. If you remember right, we set this to 101 amp hours, and we got all the way through that. Let's go ahead and see if what happens when I reset this and add an additional 2 amp hours to the 101 that I had already completed, and let's see what happens. All right, we got all the way through the additional 2 amp hours. We got a total of 103 amp hours out of this battery, and it was still going. As you can see in the video, the full like 475 to 490 watts draw coming out of this with no sign of slowing down. We could have got even more than 103 amp hours. I'm super impressed with this battery. It has to have A cells in it. Especially with the compact size, this is definitely a good buy, a good value for this battery. I think right now on Amazon it's like 199 bucks. I just don't see how you can beat it. And I really, really like this Group 24 size. I'm really curious to see what the Mini would be compared to this size and how it would perform. But this is a substantial space saver compared to the Group 31 batteries, which are the main ones that I have. So all in all, it's a great battery. And if you like this video, I'll go ahead and leave a playlist right here where you can go see some of my other battery review videos and do a comparison between this one and some of my others. But that wraps it up for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.